Hey, what's happening, guys? What's going on? YouTube, you guys have tuned into Rules for Rebels. This is kind of a spur of the moment video, so I'm not really sure exactly what we're going to be looking at here, but I just got an email from Shopify. If you own a Shopify store or if you are a Shopify partner, you probably get these emails from Shopify about Shopify Exchange stores for sale. For anybody not familiar with the Shopify Exchange, the Shopify Exchange is kind of like an eBay or an Amazon, but a place for Shopify stores to be sold. And what's kind of unique or cool about the Shopify Exchange, as opposed to buying a website off of Flippa or from some website broker or something like that, is that these are all Shopify stores. Their sales data is vetted in terms of Shopify can at least say these numbers came through the Shopify store, whereas outside of the platform, you're kind of taking somebody's word on it sometimes. That doesn't necessarily mean that these stores are all great or even that sales data is necessarily accurate. People could have I've seen people do this before where they'll start up a store and they'll either buy items off the store themselves or have their friends buy items. Yeah, they're going to be losing some money to merchant processing fees, but like 3%. But somebody in theory could pump a ton of sales through a store, make it look like a good store. And in reality, it's their sales, and they just spent the money and just took a 3% hit. But then they wind up selling the store for 2x revenue or 2 years revenue or something like that. Another thing I tend to notice with the Shopify stores, a ton of people are selling Shopify stores that have never done a sale. They literally just built a Shopify template, which a monkey could do, and now they want $100 or $300 for it. And then the other thing, even with legitimate Shopify businesses and Shopify stores, I notice a lot of these stores are either stores that had a fad product kind of go viral or got some attention, and then it's on a downtrend. An example of this, a couple years back, and if you guys watch my channel, you've probably seen me talk about this, somebody came up with the idea of sending potatoes through the mail with funny messages. So you could send a potato to your friend. I think it was called Spud Mail or something like that, or Potato Parcel. Those were kind of the two early ones to do it. It kind of went viral. Those things got featured on BuzzFeed and on, in the media and things like that, and it kind of went crazy for a while. One of these sites made like $750,000 in 3 or 4 months, and I think they realized that, the fad was over and they went to sell the store, and they were kind of like demanding money as if this were going to be an ongoing thing, even though that fad had kind of fallen off of a cliff. And shortly after that, people started doing, bananas through the mail and eggplants through the mail. But that was like a hot little fad for a while. But if you Shopify will show you, and we'll be taking a look at these stores themselves as well as the sales pages for them. But Shopify will show you kind of the sales data and graphs and things like that. And you could see, a huge spike and then it fell off a cliff. So typically when we see that, and I feel like 90% of stores I see on the Shopify Exchange are like that. Somebody had some early success or ran a ton of ads, they got a bunch of sales, and they're trying to sell the store based off of these high sales numbers, even though sales have completely fallen off a cliff. So another thing, people will run a lot of paid ads, get a lot of traffic, get a decent amount of business, but then as soon as they stop running the ads, the sales fall off a cliff, and that's not really a store I would want to buy either. Not that you can't turn around a store like that or use that as a building block, but most successful stores that I've seen have a 45% returning customer rate. These stores where sales fall off a cliff, nobody's coming back to buy again. The other thing is if a store is a fad and it falls off a cliff, well, that fad's kind of over with. So anyhow, Shopify sent me this email. It's the 10 best Shopify stores for under $2,500. I figured we'd take a quick run through. And if any of you guys, I notice a lot of people on like Reddit and different Shopify forums are thinking about buying Shopify stores or going to buy pre-built Shopify store or want to buy a Shopify business. So I figured we kind of dig through here and see what kind of stuff is for sale. So this store is selling for $1,000. It's called Pure Organics, and they say it's in the food and drink category. I believe it's actually a supplement company. One thing right off the bat, Shopify Payments will not allow you to accept payments for supplements. And in order to be listed on the Shopify Exchange, you have to accept Shopify Payments. If you've been kicked off of Shopify Payments, you can't sell your store in the exchange. So ultimately, if you were going to buy this store, and a lot of people probably don't know this, but ultimately, one day you will wind up getting kicked off of Shopify Payments. You're going to wind up having to pay a third-party merchant processor, which you may actually wind up getting better rates than through Shopify. Getting payment processing for the supplement industry can be kind of tough. I have worked in that industry quite a bit, so that is a challenge. But the thing that really sucks is Shopify, even though you're using another merchant processor who say charge you 3%, Shopify is still going to charge you a 2% transaction fee for not using Shopify Payments, even though they're the reason you can't use Shopify Payments. Now, one of the things that jumped out at me right away about this store, so they're selling amazing grass, organic protein, and kale. Now, Amazon has its own line of supplements. Amazon's line of supplements is called Solimo, but they also have this amazing grass brand of like kale and protein powders and collagen. They're charging $45 for this. If we head on over to Amazon, here's the same exact product costing $12. So all this person seems to be doing is drop shipping Amazon products for 4 times the margin. Now, I just can't see, eventually your customers are going to figure out things are coming from Amazon because they're going to show up in an Amazon box. I'm guessing this person is using their Prime account to drop ship these items, which is going against Amazon's terms of service. So if you were to continue this person's business model, your Amazon account's probably going to be suspended. And even if it wasn't, your customers are probably going to figure out that they can go on Amazon, look up this same product, and get it for $12 instead of $45. American Health, Ricola cough drops, aloe vera juice, hyaluronic acid. The store is not a bad looking store. And I think part of the reason they're selling some of the products that they're selling is to kind of disguise to Amazon that they're sort of all these things are kind of health foods, but I think they're kind of trying to disguise to Amazon that they're a supplement company. Like if all you have coming through is sales for supplements, they're probably going to catch on and pop you. But if you have, baby products, what do baby products have to do with, unless this is like baby supplements or something, baby wash, I don't know. It seems kind of weird to have, I guess this is all kind of like holistic stuff, but baby stuff, pet stuff, incense and candles. Basically, this is all Amazon stuff marked up that's going to be drop shipped. Let's take a look over here. Why I started this business. I started the business because it's a very hot market for organic products right now. Additionally, the drop shipping model allows the owner to operate the business from anywhere in the world. With the right marketing techniques, this store has a huge potential to be a success. Let's see, premium wholesaler from United States, opportunity to sell on Amazon, eBay, Facebook, and Instagram. Premium domain name valued at $597. I don't know about that. 100% drop shipping from the U.S. to worldwide. Profit margin between 20 and 100%. That's because the products are way overpriced. Premium apps installed. Premium Shopify theme. See, the reason I'm selling the business, I was working on another business venture, and my time is allocated to that project. What's involved in running the business, managing the site basically requires 2 hours, Facebook ads, and email campaigns, social media. Shopify, the expenses are a Shopify plan of $29 a month. No physical inventory comes with it. You do get the branding, personal support after the sale. These are included from the supplier. How to grow this business, skills you will have, why use the exchange. Normally they show sales figures. Let me pause the video while I find this. Okay, so I'm realizing something. This is a starter store. So this means this store has never done any sales. So you're basically buying a Shopify theme that somebody threw together for $1,000. I really don't like the idea of other people like building pre-made stores for you. If this store was so successful, they would be running it themselves. I would like to see at least a track record of some sales because, we just looked at it. I mean, the entire business model is selling overpriced Amazon stuff, which isn't even sustainable. So that's why they don't have any sales stats. This is a starter store. So let's get rid of that. Yoga department, $2,000, fashion and apparel. Let's see if this is a starter store. So these guys, I think, may have actually done some business. Let's see. So they want $2,000 for this store. YogaDepot.com. Pop up. I don't think this store is as nice looking as the previous one. I was kind of trying to figure out, like, is this print on demand or AliExpress stuff? I'm guessing this is an AliExpress store. Let's look at their Instagram just to see what kind of following they have. So they got 2,700 followers. Not horrible engagement, but nothing like too crazy. And I almost think that this engagement is kind of fake just because there's no comments. I mean, it's not like they got a ton of likes, but normally if you got 25 likes, you probably have at least a comment or two. And I always like to kind of look at the comments and see, like, is this actually people interacting or is this like bots? Like an OK sign, like what the fuck is that? We need more pages like yours. So that's somebody spamming them for ads. So Instagram account doesn't really look promising. They got a little bit of a blog put together. Just want to look at their like product pages real quickly. accessories, aromatherapy, water bottle. Nice. Okay, so just really quickly, I was looking to see if I could find that water bottle on AliExpress. I could do like a reverse image search and dig into a little bit more, but I just don't really feel like it. So we'll just assume that these are probably coming from AliExpress. Let's look at these pants. $118 for these leggings. Now, if you're what is it, Lululemon, Lulu LaRue? One of those brands is really shitty and is like an MLM type thing, and the other one is a legit fitness brand. I forget which is which, but if you're Lulu LaRue, you might be able to charge $118 for yoga pants. If you're some random no-name brand drop shipping from AliExpress, you won't. They don't have a bad domain name. Product descriptions are pretty basic, but for something like yoga pants, I don't know that it has to be too much. Couple sizes are out of stock. It's not a horrible looking store. I think how much these products are marked up for being no name brand or anything like that leads me to believe they're drop shipping from, Amazon or AliExpress and just getting gangsta and greedy. But let's see. Average revenue a month is $160. So let's see, what is that? $2,000 divided by $160 is. And honestly, I have no doubt somebody's going to buy this store. I think it's become an entire industry setting up shitty Shopify stores and then charging an arm and a leg for them. Even if we were to assume that $160 is 100% profit, which it's not, it would take you over a year to make back your money. We could look at the domain and see how long they've owned the domain, or look at the Wayback Machine and see how long this site's been up. But I'm guessing this is probably 1, 2, 3 months worth of profit. Average sessions a month, 780, isn't horrible. Not sure if they're paying for those or if that's organic. Average profit a month, okay, so if that 160, they're making $65. So that's really going to change the numbers. Let's take $2,000 a month divided by $65. It's going to take you 30 months. Is that right? Yeah, 30 months to make your money back. So 12, 24. So it's going to take you 2.5 years to make your money back off of this. Not that 2.5 years is necessarily completely out of the realm for a business valuation, but when you're not getting inventory, there's no store, there's not necessarily a huge customer base, it doesn't really justify that. Let's see, I started this business because of a problem I had, but I wanted a yoga mat online. This was almost impossible to find in Canada, except if you bought directly with a manufacturer, and that meant I couldn't buy other fun stuff at the same time, like yoga clothes and other accessories, and I would pay crazy shipping fees. I discovered that there was a huge gap in the market in Canada, and that's a one-stop shop for all yoga things. I find it hard to buy. I've been to Toronto before. I've seen a ton of yoga studios there. I find it hard to believe that you can't buy yoga stuff in Canada, but, that's your sales pitch. The reason I'm selling this business, I simply don't have the time and energy. I notice that's everybody's kind of, I hate to say excuse, but that everybody's kind of reason. I get it to some extent, but I feel like most of these, it's like, hey, I threw this up to make some money and sell it to you. This business has been a side hustle the whole time, but I now have a family, and it's very difficult to find enough time. In all honesty, I don't work on this business at all, and it shows in the sales. I think there's a huge market, but sadly, I don't have the time. What's involved? Getting the packages ready and shipped because we decided to keep the inventory. Okay, so I'm actually kind of impressed by that. Managing social media accounts, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, email campaigns, customer service. Okay, for you, this one might not be, it's way overpriced. If I could buy this store for $300, I might buy it because assuming she has had it for 4 years, just the domain age is worth something. I think Yoga Depot is a decent name, a decent brand. It's definitely brandable. And it's probably going to have some organic traffic. Let's see. So, and this is what I mean by when we look at the charts. So she started, okay, so I'm not sure where she's 17, 18, 19. Okay, so it looks like it's been around for about 3 years. We have a huge spike. She made $400 a month, which I shouldn't call $400 a month a huge spike, but let's see. So that was May. So it looks like May, June, July, she ran some ads, and then she really kind of rolled back the ads. Up the ads a little bit, down. Up the ads a little bit, down. Up the ads quite a bit. Actually, that's one of her best months ever, $540, back down. Way up, back down. The fact that we're not falling completely down to zero tells me she was either running a small dollar amount worth of ads Or, there were a couple customers who actually came back and bought again. We do see in December of 2019, this is a little bit alarming. December of 2019 sales fell to zero during what should be one of the busier shopping months of the year. She ramped it up. She really did nothing for a couple months. Then in April had a great month, but we can kind of see this fell off a cliff again. See traffic. So, this is actually somewhat promising. Traffic over time has continued to grow. So there probably is a little bit of organic traffic coming in, some SEO value here. You are going to get some physical inventory. She doesn't say exactly what that is. You are going to get the logos and branding assets. She has all that set up. Now, this is like overpriced by about 20 times what it should be, but this is actually a store where if I could get it for a couple $100, it may actually be worth a store taking over and trying to grow. So that one's actually not horrible. Pro Phone Gamers, $2,000. This one's in the gaming industry. So Pro Phone Gamers, let's see here. Not a horrible looking store or collection. I don't really like kind of the call to actions and things like that. We got headsets, triggers, and controllers. I'm almost positive this is going to be AliExpress stuff. I can pretty much already tell from the picture. Yeah, this is definitely an AliExpress store. And these items are so cheap. A lot of, I guess you could mark the stuff up, but the fact that he's willing to sell that stuff so cheap tells me the quality probably isn't great. I really don't like this store. I think the gaming niche is kind of saturated. Maybe if you already are a gamer or have a gaming Instagram account and you already have some traffic built in, you might be able to make some money off this. Looks like they have an affiliate program. Earn up to 20% commission for every successful referral. So they're using Go Affiliate Pro, which is the Shopify app. They're offering 20% commission, which actually isn't bad. Let's see. Let's kind of look at the... Okay, so this is a starter store. This is a complete ripoff. This store has done no sales, no business. So let's see their social following. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a decent social following, and if they don't, that makes this even more of a ripoff. I don't see icons for social, so let's see if they actually... Let's see. Why was this business started? I was passionate about the products I was selling. I no longer have the time. Have you seen a pattern here? The reason for selling this business, I no longer have the funds or time to invest. What's involved in running this business? Fill orders, super simple. Wake up and spend 15 minutes filling orders. The store has the potential to turn a big profit. Based on what? No physical inventory. You get the logo. No personal support. So this guy's not even going to help transition you. No social media. I mean, literally, this guy threw together a really shitty website. I've seen shittier, but threw together a pretty shitty website that has done no sales. He's not going to provide you with any support, and he wants $2,000. We're going to pass on that one. Let's see, Kawaii Squeeze, gifts and collectibles. I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of like Hawaiian themed, or is it a baby store? Maybe plush toys. Feeling cute, we got you. This looks like it was designed by like a Chinese supplier. It's kind of cute, this lost thing. So I'm 100% these are AliExpress products. I can tell based off the photos. I mean, they're using AliExpress photos. They haven't done any of their own product photography. Let's see, do they got social? Let's check out their social. 221 followers. I would actually rather see 200 legit followers than like 5,000 fake followers. They put up a post, please DM. So we're getting it. I'm guessing these likes are bought because we're getting a decent number of likes. These are fake bot comments. So basically, all this engagement is fake. It's not a starter store, so there should be some sales. Average revenue a month, 142. Average profit, 45. Average session, 635. I wanted to try out drop shipping because I'd heard a lot about it and loved the idea of not having to deal with fulfilling orders. I have another business where I do all the packaging and shipping myself because it's perishable product and it's the worst part of my job. Kawaii Squeeze has been a great learning experience. This person started it out to get into e-commerce. Looks like they maybe moved on to a better business opportunity and are now selling. I think there's a lot of potential. We've built a really nice website that's SEO optimized and brings traffic. What's involved? Currently, the only thing involved is filling orders through the Oberlo. So this is an Oberlo AliExpress store. Okay, so total revenue on an uptrend. Now, this, they could be spending more on ads than they're actually making in profit, but at least we're not seeing cliffs and valleys or just a cliff. Traffic, looks like they did a bunch of paid traffic early on. It completely fell off, but looks like there maybe is some organic growth here. Their expenses are a Shopify plan, a domain, and $2 a month in Facebook ads. I'm guessing they're just buying cheap foreign traffic. No physical inventory. You do get the logo and branding assets. There's no personal support. Okay, so not great, but we've seen worse. The kitchen hacks. I'm guessing this is going to be kitchen gadgets. Not a horrible looking. Yeah, it's all AliExpress stuff. You know what? I think of these products as being kind of stupid, and being in marketing and in e-commerce, I think sometimes we get too much inside of our own heads and are like, I clearly see that this is probably cost 50 cents on AliExpress, but my girlfriend's aunt buys every fucking gadget she sees advertised on Facebook. So not everybody's as kind of sharp as us. So I wouldn't be surprised if they can get people to buy these things. Like I said, if you actually want to see the cost of these products versus what they're selling them for, or want to find out where these are supplied, I can just tell from looking at them that they're all AliExpress products and AliExpress photos being reused. But if you save the image or use the link and do a reverse Google image search, you should be able to find where they're getting these products from. I'm not going to go through that store too much more. Let's look at theirs. So they want $1,000. I think this is probably, okay, starter store, so no sales. Wanted to try out drop shipping. I underestimated the process. Too many products and complications with payment portal. Too many products, not comfortable with the platform. I'm guessing they're probably about to get kicked off of Shopify Payments. I was going to say they were already kicked off, but they wouldn't be able to sell their store on this platform if that were the case. Let's see here. So no inventory, you're getting branding. You are getting personal support. They're going to help you get everything set up, transition the social accounts to you. They got 1,000 followers on Instagram. And I got 21 followers on Instagram. No engagement whatsoever. There's really no value in the social there. Okay. Let's see. Cute boho. I like boho style. Let's see here. Cute boho. I hate that slider, but overall I don't mind the Shopify theme. It's not a horrible looking store. Looks like they're doing jewelry. That's somewhat of a saturated market, but there are decent margins in it. I buy from a trusted site, search, FAQs. And here's a whole line about, because you got to explain the 2 or 3 or 4 week shipping time. We use our international distribution shipping warehouse, so they can't tell you it's going to be UPS because it's coming from like China Post or I'm having a brain fart, ePacket. How long will my items take to be delivered? All orders are shipped from the warehouse within 2 to 3 days. We allow a 24-hour window to modifications, 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so obviously it's a drop shipping site from China, but it's not a starter store. Average revenue a month, $150, 740 sessions, $50 in profit per month. I'm very passionate about e-commerce and have been building websites for 8 years. The site doesn't look to me like it was built by somebody who's been building sites for 8 years, but store was a fun project. I have a lot of family and friends that love Bohemian style. Boho chic and look at this. I mean, this is horrible. So went from nothing. They spent a bunch of money on ads. They may have spent more on ads than they made in profit. Falls off a cliff, and literally there's been no sales since. I mean, there was 1 month they did an ad push, made a couple sales, And same thing with the traffic, right? There's like literally no traffic. Couple hundred visitors a month. They might be running like $5 in Facebook ads for penny traffic from a third world country, but no personal support. The social sucks. Nothing to really write home about there. Better home trends. Let's see this one. Not a horrible looking site. I like that they got a recipe blog. I'm not sure how much content's on there. Pour over coffee. Countertop storage. I don't know that this stuff is something I'd buy off a Shopify store. Just a little bit lackluster in terms of their product offerings. 500 followers. Yeah, I think that's probably legitimate engagement. Let's go look at their stats. Well, average revenue is $3,300. Average session $7,400. And one other thing I wanted to add: rather than buying one of these stores for $2,000, why not try to copy one of these stores? I feel like very few stores on here are well run. If you are a decent marketer, copy one of these stores, basically find their supplier, rebuild the store, and instead of giving this guy $2,200, use that $2,200 to run ads. Let's see. I started this business because I love home products. Home niche is amazing. The reason I'm selling, I currently give me the opportunity of exploring other niches. So this guy's moving on to other niches. Running this business is a lot of customers. This guy's honest. I like that. Running this business is a lot of customer service. Where's my order at? Where's my order at? Communicating back and forth between suppliers. Been around for a year. 39% profit margin. I really don't like. Oh wow, $10,000 in sales. Oh. You know what? I'm going to have to go plug in over here. Let me make sure that this is actually plugged into the wall, too. Okay. So pretty much all the money this store has ever made came from a couple of big ad pushes, and the store is doing absolutely nothing now. This person's given up on the store. Same with the traffic. Again, this might be a store where if I could get it for a couple $100, I may buy it and try to turn it around, but I wouldn't pay anywhere near $2,000. Vet shop. Okay, I don't like dashes in domain names. I don't like .net sites. When I saw vet shop, my first thought was animal veterinarian. I wasn't thinking about United States military veterans. Looks like this is a drop ship t-shirt store. I don't know. Just because they got the seat covers, unless they're doing a hybrid where some items are being done print on demand, and they are maybe drop shipping some other items from AliExpress or something like that. Debutify theme, that's one of the free Shopify themes. They have a Facebook, they don't have an Instagram. Let's see their best sellers. It's not a horrible looking store. Not a whole lot to the product descriptions, but again, it's just t-shirts. I don't necessarily love their designs. This guy wants $1,000. Average revenue a month is $715. Average profit is $250. Saw an opportunity in this niche for a print on demand, so he's doing print on demand. Got it up and running pretty quickly. Now don't have time to continue growing it. Running several stores, researching new products. And in print on demand stores, you're constantly going to be having to be rolling out new designs and things like that. 40% profit margin, which is pretty good considering his shirts weren't like $40 t-shirts. So it seems like he's got a decent setup. Looks like the store is on a downtrend, but we do see some staggered growth upwards. The store is on a downtrend, obviously. What's this? Traffic. So yeah, it looks like the store is somewhat reliant on paid traffic. Probably not a store I would buy. No physical inventory. You do get the branding. No support. And I think we just got maybe one more to do. Incendium Athletics. I don't like the name for branding. I also think it's a weird Incendium Athletics. I think that's another one where if someone was like, "Hey, dude, where'd you get those shoes?" "Oh, Incendium Athletics." Would somebody know how to spell that just from being told? That's one of the things I always think about with branding or domain names. I'm guessing this is like AliExpress fitness items. Again, if we did a reverse image search, I'm pretty sure we could we could find these photos on AliExpress. Let's look at their shipping FAQ. So 5 to 16 days in the U.S. for international tracking. So yeah, this is definitely an AliExpress Oberlo site. Revenue $1,000 a month, average profit $300. I have a passion for working out and love fitness apparel. I want to be able to create my own brand of athletic clothing and satisfy customer needs. Everyone's too busy. I'm selling this because I'm too busy. Running different advertisements each day, contacting suppliers. So this is horrible. Look at this. So this guy started in April, didn't do shit. Started testing a little bit of ads through July. Actually got $500 in sale. Really ramped up the ads. I'm guessing probably ran the ads at a loss, and then down to literally nothing. So same thing. Matches of revenue fell off a cliff. Wouldn't touch this store with a 10-foot pole. There's too many people trying to do fitness brands. Just because you slap the word beast mode up on a fucking t-shirt doesn't mean you have a fitness brand. And in this one, Kimmy Swimwear.com. I don't like dashes and domains. Kimmy is kind of brandable. The Always Summer Bikini. These are definitely from AliExpress and very expensive. 300 followers. Could be real engagement just because girls do like swimsuits, but not a whole lot of engagement there. Search, shipping, returns. Just doesn't look like there's much to the store. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a starter store and we look at it. Yep, and sure enough it is. So this store has never done any sales. I wanted to test the updated version of Oberlo as well as new features on Shopify. So basically she just threw up a site in about an hour just to play around, and now she wants you to give her $1,000 for it. She's selling because marketing is not my forte. So really, like, what are you paying? Like, I would like to pay to take over the marketing that somebody else has done, but here's somebody who admits they're a shitty marketer. So if you're a shitty marketer, how well is your store laid out? How well are your social profiles put together? No physical inventory, you get logo and branding. She will provide you with personal support. You get the domain, the social followers, which isn't really worth a whole lot. She's not even going to give you the suppliers. So you're on your own for finding new suppliers. So I'm not sure how you're going to continue selling the items that she has listed. Not a store that I'd buy. Most stuff I see on the Shopify Exchange isn't very good, and I think we've kind of seen that. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Have you guys bought a store on the Shopify Exchange? Have you guys sold a store on the Shopify Exchange? Drop your comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button below, and we'll catch you on the next video.